Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast on a mission to inspire a world where food makes us better. Today, guys, it's Tuesday, and we're talking about something that will help us to stay leaner. And it's not actually food. It's a supplement that a lot of you guys have been asking me about. A supplement that consists of several different compounds that you can find on your own almost anywhere in the world. They're not expensive at all. They are quite easy to find, have no negative effects on the body. And they are naturally produced, usually most of them are naturally produced or consumed by us from foods, but not usually in sufficient amount to help us with weight loss. So a lot of you have been asking me about maybe weight loss supplements that I recommend for someone who is struggling with their weight loss, or for someone who wants to get a little bit leaner, a little bit easier, or someone who's trying to lose their, couple of pounds or couple of kgs. And if you are already lean, it might be extra hard. So there are a few compounds that I've been using myself and with my clients whenever we are trying to actively lose weight, that helps us or seem to help us to lose weight easier, but not directly. They're not like some magic fat burners that magically will melt fat on our bodies. No, they're nothing like that. But from all the studies and research and logically, they seem to help with weight loss. So guys, stay tuned and let's start with the first one. Again, I actually found a supplement that has all of them. And I really love this supplement, but it's not available anywhere outside Russia, as far as I can say. But you can totally get all the compounds that in this supplement by yourself on different websites like iHerb or Amazon. Just make sure that these compounds are of good quality and you take the appropriate amounts. And there is nothing added, no sweeteners, no weird stuff. They're really clean compounds. So anyhow, let's start with 5-HTP. That is an amino acid that is produced by our body from serotonin that we can eat in different foods. The thing about 5-HTP, it has been shown to reduce appetite by probably, those are theories, stimulating serotonin production in the brain. Serotonin is like a make and feel-good chemical that our brain produces. And it produces it from when we eat that amino acid tryptophan, and then our body produces other compounds. One of those compounds is 5-HTP, an amino acid that seems to help us to reduce appetite. And by itself, of course, it's not going to make us lose weight, but if we are losing weight and we are less hungry, that's probably great help, right? And in nutrition, in most studies, you can't really say for sure how exactly it's working in most cases or how effective it is for any individual, but it seems to work. And I've been using it again myself whenever I need to cut, and I've been using it with my clients in combination with all these other compounds, and it really seems to work. So 5-HTP, you would want to take about 200-300 milligrams of 5-HTP. So you can again order it anywhere. It's available in supplement stores, sports nutrition stores, but also stores like Amazon or iHerb, another popular online retailer for all kinds of supplements and healthy foods. So 5-HTP might help, an amino acid that might help you a lot with reducing your appetite and just making you feel happier. And guys, when we are losing weight and we are in a caloric deficit, then we do want to feel happier, not more miserable. That will definitely help us to be more active, to stay consistent with our weight loss efforts. So it might be a great help. So 5-HTP. And guys, with all these compounds that I'm talking about, they're not the ones that will hurt you if you take too much, but also if you take too much, they're not gonna be producing a lot of additional effect. So I just recommend to stick with the amounts that I'm gonna mention today. If you want to take more, you probably can, but it might be that it's gonna make your body more resistant to those compounds. So usually, more is not always better. That's what I'm trying to say, guys. So when it comes to 5-HTP, you probably want to stay with like 200, 300 milligrams. The next one, Gymnema sylvestre extract. That is a plant extract. So Gymnema is an actual plant. It's found if, people who take it found a 5-6% decrease in body weight, as well as reduced food intake. By blocking sweet receptors on our taste buds, Gymnema sylvestre may cause us to eat fewer sweet foods and consume fewer calories. But then also, Gymnema sylvestre, let me read you something from all the studies. So one primary active component of the plant is gymnemic acid, which helps suppress sweetness. When consumed prior to sugary food or beverage, gymnemic acid blocks the sugar receptors on our taste buds. So guys, for any of you who have sweet tooth, that might be a winner. I don't know if, this extract has something to do with the fact that I lost my sweet tooth some time ago. I just don't experience any real pleasure while eating like sweet foods ever, even though I'm not taking it on a regular basis. I think it still has something to do with that. So if you want to lose your sweet tooth and genuinely not get pleasure out of eating sweets, that might be, a winner for you. If that's, something that stops you from being consistent with your diet to help you to lose weight. But then also, Gymnema sylvestre is considered to have anti-diabetic properties. And it is used in combination with other diabetes medications to lower blood sugar. Similar to the effects on our taste buds, Gymnema sylvestre can also block receptors in our intestines and thus sugar absorption, lowering our post-meal blood sugar levels. So who knows, maybe that also has something to do with the fact that I'm eating all this fruit and have no side effects of that, right? Anyhow, so Gymnema sylvestre extract, try to find as pure one as possible. I usually take it in a peel form or in a powder form. So 400 milligram is the recommended amount to take per day. And then, to reduce the absorption of sugars, it's good practice to take it in the beginning of your day. It doesn't have to be with food or, it doesn't require any specific conditions to consume it. But again, personally, I recommend to take it at the beginning of your day. So whenever you eat anything with sugars, or to reduce sugar cravings for the whole day, take it in the morning. 400 milligrams. So now we have 5-HTP, 300 milligrams. We have Gymnema extract, 400 milligrams. And now we have chromium. So chromium is a mineral that is called trace mineral. Basically, we need really tiny amounts of it. And usually we consume enough when our diet is rich in natural foods, natural whole foods, not some junk food diet. So anyhow, it's a mineral that enhances insulin, a hormone that's important for turning food into energy. So chromium supplements can lower our appetite, help us to burn more calories, cutting our body fat and boosting our muscle mass. So chromium, let us read. Yeah, chromium is one of the essential nutrients that our body needs. Eating healthy food is pointless if the body cannot use it for energy. Chromium has a specific job to do with this process. So when we eat, our digestive system turns the food into glucose, that is primary fuel for a lot of processes. And then the pancreas produces insulin to help the cells absorb the glucose that we get from the foods we eat. The job of insulin is to get the glucose out of the bloodstream and inside our cells. And so when insulin is needed to shuttle glucose into our cells, but for that, to push the glucose into our cells, we also need chromium. And so basically, chromium seems to help us to use fuel that we have available for energy, and especially when we eat foods with more carbohydrates in them. And we might not be always consuming enough chromium to make this process really efficient. And so chromium. For that reason, I suggest to take 150 micrograms. Again, we need very tiny amounts of that. It's a trace mineral. And that helps with energy metabolism, with turning different fuels into energy, either from our foods, but also from inside our bodies. If we have storages of, let's say, glycogen or fat, and we want to burn that for energy, that is really important if we're trying to lose weight and be better at turning our internal fuels into usable fuels that our cells can actually use. So chromium seems to be important for that. Again, you want to take 150 micrograms. And again, it's not specific to when you take it, with what you take it, just take it. And with this one, I also recommend to take it at the beginning of your day, because that's when you need your energy the most, not at night, right? And then the last but not least, it's actually a vitamin B6. So vitamin B6 helps to jumpstart weight loss because it helps the body to metabolize fat and reduce water retention. Let's actually read, like, B6 is very important because it contributes to your normal energy creation. And by doing that, it contributes to reduction of tiredness and fatigue that a lot of times will make us eat more, right? When we are tired and fatigued, what do we want to do? We want to eat. Also, B6. One study found that taking B6 supplements has been found to improve the ratio between fat and lean muscle. And most of us want that. More lean mass, less fat. Another study found that many phases of fat metabolism, transport, deposition, oxidation, and synthesis are influenced by B6. So basically, whenever our body is doing something with fat, like for example, burning our own fat for energy, we might need B6. And probably if we are trying to lose more weight, we might need more B6, and we aren't going to be always eating enough of that. Just from my experience, most of us, especially when we're reducing our calories, are not eating enough B6. So for supplements, whenever you find your B6 supplement, maybe part of B complex supplement or your multivitamin, I recommend to additionally supplement with B6, about 4-6 milligrams total per day. That is about 200-300% of your daily requirement. That is a great place to be in that range. And that should help you with your energy and turning fat into energy and keeping more fat, or keeping less fat and more lean body mass. So those 4 things combined together, probably a great way to take them is on an empty stomach. Not necessarily like on an empty, maybe like a couple of hours after you wake up. Maybe with your meal, maybe on an empty stomach, depends whether you do fasting or you don't do fasting. So take this for a couple of weeks and see how it influences your appetite. You might find that you're less hungry that you crave less sweets and you don't really enjoy your sweets anymore that much. You also, again, might find that you are more energetic and you have more energy, even though you might be in caloric deficit. So all of that might happen when taking these supplements. And to repeat again, there are no negative side effects. I mean, of course, stay with this safe range of the consumed amounts and you'll be just fine. If you decide to take too much, it's on you. I do not recommend doing that, even though, again, those are supplements and substances that don't seem to have negative side effects. So to recap, 5-HTP amino acid, 300 milligrams per day to increase the production of serotonin, reduce appetite. Gymnema sylvestre extract, 400 milligrams to help your body absorb less sweet stuff from the foods you might be eating, to taste less sweet stuff, and to have less sweet cravings, and also to help you to metabolize the carbohydrates much better. So 400 milligrams of Gymnema sylvestre. Chromium trace mineral, 150 micrograms. So we need really tiny amounts. Remember that about chromium. That will help us with energy metabolism. And then vitamin B6, 6 milligrams per day to improve energy metabolism and to help our body to burn fat for energy more efficiently and to stimulate lean body mass. So that's what I recommend to take if you want a little bit of help on your weight loss journey. Again, I can't say that there are many studies saying it's going to work 100%, but from my personal and professional experience, it does work. And again, it probably was one of the reasons why I completely lost my sweet tooth. Now that I think about it. So anyhow, try it out. If you have any questions, let me know. Share this episode with one other person who might need some help on their weight loss journey. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Let me know how you do with this advice. If you decide to try it for 2 weeks. Let me know how it goes. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And till next time, as usual, guys, thank you and eat better daily.